We're back.
What is a man? A miserable little pile of secrets.
That's right. It's the big one. Final Fantasy V. Zeke, Ninja, welcome in. Final Fantasy V. Finally time. Original release 1992, did not get a Western release until the Final Fantasy Anthology on PlayStation 1. It's gained a reputation of sorts. Some people will tell you this is the best Final Fantasy. Some people will tell you it's overrated and its story is awful. I'm not going to tell you that it is better than Final Fantasy VI. I'm not going to tell you it's better than Final Fantasy IX. What I am going to tell you is that it is absolutely worth your time. I have. I think it's a general reaction to the more positive opinion Final Fantasy V got after it became more widely available in the West. Because there's not a lot like Final Fantasy V in the series. There's Final Fantasy III, which even less people play. Because that game didn't get a Western release until the DS remake. And Final Fantasy III is not the friendliest game to play. You know that yourself, Teak. So, we're playing this in English. Who is rating Final Fantasy V higher than it could possibly deserve? There are always people who do that. Having played all three, I rate it higher than 4, certainly, but we all know I have a particular dislike of 4. Would I rate it higher than 6? I wouldn't compare the two. They both aim to do very different things. I think Final Fantasy V is a very different taste to 4 or 6. In the same way that I wouldn't necessarily compare Final Fantasy IX to 7 or 8, because it's a completely different idea. So we're playing this with the font that Teak likes. We're going to spend the entire game with this font. I'm lying, we're absolutely not. And we are going to play with the arranged tracks. But there are always people who will rate things higher than other things because they have a particular appreciation for it more so than another thing. There are always people who will push back on anything that seems to be positively received. Like, Final Fantasy VII is always argued to be overrated. Doesn't change the fact that it's a fantastic game. Ocarina of Time ends up with the same thing. Any game that people jump on the bandwagon for a while, that becomes quite popular, will always end up getting the response, it's overrated. Is it? Who cares? It's a fucking great game. Enjoy it and leave anybody else's opinions to themselves. Fuck them. What a wyvern. It frustrates me how some of the mods I put in here work and some of them don't. This is the trouble we have since Square updated the games to match the console release. But this is how we're playing it now. The wind stopped. Meanwhile, there is a mod I saw that was kind of funny that replaces the meteorite with the moon from Majora's Mask. And I debated it. But we're gonna do this seriously. Let's go, Boko. So we check this out. Controls. Minimap on, off. So let's press it. Where's the off? You can actually get a mod that just outright turns it off. So here we have the big improvement of the Pixel remasters. Hey, Clem. Look at this diagonal movement. You don't know how odd it is to play these games for literally over a decade and then suddenly be able to move diagonally. Hey, Panda. Yeah. Yes. Me? I'm McBitchin'. How I feel about the arranged music. This is going to be my first time going through the Pixel remaster. A name fit for a hero, McBitchin'. That's right, Chrono. I want you all to remember the name McBitchin' though. What a meteor! The impact must have knocked you out. Like, you say that so casually, Lena. You should be thankful the impact didn't vaporize you. You don't like the character portraits? That's a mod. That is a mod. I was debating it. And there's an option. You can have character portraits with the mod. You can have the portraits from Opera Omnia. Yeah, I think is the name. From the GBA version or from the mobile version. And let me tell you, the mobile version, And Opera Omnia, they look nice, but I don't think they match the tone. My biggest argument against the portraits, more than anything else, is Guluf's portrait. It's always been Guluf's portrait, which we'll see in a minute. A meteorite. Alright, bye. We've heard 3 pronunciations of Guluf. How do you pronounce Guluf? Is it Galoof? Galuf? Is that Galifianakis? Got the beard for it. Galoof like aloof. You've heard people say Galuf. I've always said Galoof. Galoof. Galuf? What have I been saying? God fucking damn it, Clem. Galoof. Galuf. What did I say? What the fuck did I say? What was I calling it? Motherfucker. Love. Galluf. 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 There we go. There we go. I've got it again. Galluf. You motherfucker. Yeah. Galluf. It's the usual thing though of like any of these things where there's no spoken description of it. At least it's not like titties. Oh, we've been over why I say Aerith. Looks like you got your head hit pretty badly there, old Clem. Oh, something's come back to me. My name is Galluf. Zach Galifianakis. Galluf. That's a start. You remember anything else? I'll fucking tell you it was a mistake. Listen, I don't care. They're not going to call her Aerith again, and I'm not forcing myself through the whole fucking Aerith thing again, where Aerith sounds to me like I'm saying Aerith with a lisp. Hate it. So, there's Galluf's... there's Galluf's portrait. And... like I say... his portrait was always my biggest issue with this on Final Fantasy V Advance. Galluf's defining characteristic. He does look kind of like Cyan, doesn't he? His defining characteristic of his character sprite is his beard. He doesn't have one in his portrait. And that annoys me. It's like if you equip him as a black mage, like you can't see his face, but his beard's still visible. Yeah, where are you going? To the Wind Shrine. The Wind Shrine? Now that you mention it, I'm pretty sure that's where I was heading. I'm not just saying this to get some alone time with a pretty girl. Like, she's... I think she's under 18. Well, cool story, guys. I'm going a different way. Goodbye. Have fun storming the castle. Lena is 19. Still too young for my blood. Let's go, Boko. Boko, what the fuck? Boko, I don't speak Chocobo. Alright. I think we should be more concerned about... oh, good. I think we should be... what kind of exclamation is G? G. Let's say he pronounces his name. Galluf. What was I saying? Oh yeah, like, why were the goblins carrying Lena away? You know, rather than, like, killing her? Colin G. It's a shame the game doesn't let us rename these characters like it does in other Final Fantasies. Because then we wouldn't have to deal with this issue. Yeah, it's the usual problem with rearrangements like this. The baseline's never as heavy as you want it to be. Yeah. Yeah, I know what I'm talking about. We had the same issue with the rearranged tracks in Final Fantasy VII. Good morning. Like, if I had my way, it'd be Chrono, Lena would be probably Ninja. Golef would be Teak, and Faris would be Klim. No one's making it to Tool. Well, he can't have you be my love interest again. If you could call Lena the love interest. Wind Shrine, gotta hurry. Alright, let's go. The wind is calling me. We're gonna go sailing for adventure, Klim. I think generally it's the big difference you get between MIDI and orchestrated. Because the MIDI can have the harder tones that real instruments can struggle with. But there can be a beauty to the orchestrated arrangements all their own. Like, I like this part of it, of the Final Fantasy V theme. And now it's over. How many times have you been round here, Lena? So, Klim, Lena or Reina? This is sad, this one. The wonder of adventure and the parting of the old. Alright, Boko, you stay here and I'll come back for you. That's good work, Boko. No, Reina. What's that? Spring. I do think Final Fantasy V's battle theme is underrated, though. Yeah, Reina. Reina. It was the name that they gave her in the PS1 translation. Back attack. Yeah, but we all know how you hate the battle theme in Final Fantasy VI. Is it just me or does the movement feel a little jittery? I'd have to listen to it again, but I think the best battle theme of the Super Nintendo trilogy might actually be 4. It's the Pirates. And so that's how you're getting. What do you mean that's how you're getting? You didn't know there was anything there. I will say I'm not fond of that violin screech they've got starting the battle theme in this. Look out, she's got a knife. Look at that. 4 has top 3 boss theme for sure. Is it Battle of the Fiends? Battle of the 4 themes? 4 fiends? Arbitrarily said top 3, maybe 5. Because the decisive battle in 6 is really good. Those who fight further... Oh, just regular boss theme? No. We talk regular boss theme, yeah. The decisive battle in 6 is great. Those who fight further is always going to be a favourite, and you know how much I love, Force Your Way in FF8. Yeah, I'm not fond of that violin screech at the start. Yeah, it's like, it's such a good, like, the opening, I think, is really good in the standard. In the original FF5 track. And it's disappointing they haven't got it there. But then think about it, it was the same with, like, the FF7 rearrangements. This is a pirate hideout, we gave it away. So, I've heard they're adapting something of Final Fantasy IX into an anime series, but I feel like, in terms of character dynamics, the best Final Fantasy to adapt to an anime would have always been 5. they're such a group of goofballs. Don't know what that did. He's sleeping. Also sleeping. Yeah, they're just adventuring around, having adventures. And they're just goofballs. Like, even when Faris joins us, Faris is also absolutely a goofball. Like, they're such a fun party. Smells like Faris. Alright, take the helm. I don't know how to pilot these ships. The devil, you say? There he is. Faris. It's probably both. Probably absolutely both. Did you know she's a princess? Like, dude, I met her, like, at the same time you did. Pirate's a pirate? Okay. There's only 5 of them, we could take them. Well, this is a fine mess you've gotten us into, Clem. Yeah. I love Final Fantasy V's characters. I didn't really intend to keep it a secret, I just never planned to tell you. Is the audio coming through for you guys? Alright. Yep, excellent. Meanwhile, in the next room, Captain Faris. Hey, we heard you shout about the, we heard you tell them we're going to the Wind Shrine, so we all jumped up the stairs to get her. But without any wind, like, how are we setting sail? I mean, it's a reasonable enough question. Living, don't ruin Sildra's introduction. I love Sildra. She's so cool. Alright, now Farish joins the party. And we learn, as is traditional, our party is 3 guys and a girl. Yes. I'm sure Sildra's, like, depicted as a female. I could be wrong, though. We'll find out. Here we go. The Wind Shrine. Did she? What's up, ho boys? Monsters, you say? We were like brothers, only one of us was a girl. The king went to the top floor. We all decided there were too many stairs. We just said Sildra's a girl. I thought we just established that, Clem. Something must have happened. Cool, why are you all staying... Why are you all sat here? Alright, let's go. Top floor check on the crystal. That was some time ago. Cool. Have any of you thought about going up to check him? Monsters overran the shrine. We fled to this room and haven't been able to leave. Wow. But you're just going to stay here while the princess goes up there herself? Machine that amplifies the crystal's power. Drink this water to restore your energy. Ah, 5 potions. Nice. Final Fantasy V is such a fun, chill game. Beautiful. What level is Faris at? Level 3, alright. A tent. A consecrated circle. Look out! A black goblin! Knife. Can I turn off diagonal movement? It's throwing me off. I can cheat. Seriously, can I turn off diagonal movement? I don't like it. It's okay, Clem. You didn't program it. Unless you did, in which case you bastard. Like, the idea... I'm using D-pad. I switched to the analog as we were leaving the meteorite impact site. Because of the diagonal movement, it was like, this isn't nice. Bro, it's so hard. Like I say, my first time playing through the Pixel remaster. So I'm used to playing through this game with strictly 4-directional movement. So being able to just go is really odd to me. These backgrounds are nice, though. I had the option of installing a mod that restored the Super Nintendo backgrounds for battles. And I was like... nah. Because they look much simpler. I remember commenting on that when you streamed this, Clint, because you streamed the Super Nintendo version. I also don't really like how the Super Nintendo version... There we go. How the Super Nintendo version's UI is just a flat colour. Like, I'm too used to the gradients that, I guess, Final Fantasy VI started. Where's my gill? There it is. Alright, let's go kill that thing. Honestly, it probably wouldn't bother me if I hadn't spent, like, pretty much all of my play experience in Final Fantasy V on the Game Boy Advance. This way. Yeah, that's probably enough. Like, I hesitate to call it grinding, even though it kind of is. Did I go in this room? I did. Wait a second. No. Like, I hesitate to call it grinding, even though it is, really. But like, that's enough of that. We should be fine to take on that boss. How do I know it's a boss? It's got an overworld sprite. That's interesting, because I wasn't really feeling that. What the fuck? A rod? A staff? Well, we'll get more chances to listen to it, because I'm going to stick with the arranged music. The crystal. The fire crystal. Oh my god, Faris is on fire. Courage. The essence of flame. The water crystal. Oh no, Lena's drowning. Devotion. The essence of water. The earth crystal. Hope. The essence of earth. Passion. The essence of wind. Crystal. The new flavor from Calvin Klein. Excellent. Now I can get a job. Oh god, Zombie King. Warriors of Light, you say? Oh god, the crystals are attacking us. And stored within the powers of Warriors of Legend. Knight. Monk. Blue Mage. Really? Fucking Blue Mage, though. Thief. Black Mage. White Mage. It is. Like, it absolutely is. I'm not going to disagree with you. But, like, if you were going to tell me, hey, these are the six jobs you're going to start with, I would not guess Monk to be... I would not guess Blue Mage to be one of them. I'd probably guess Red Mage, just so we're matching Final Fantasy 1. The six jobs, like the six classes you could pick for Final Fantasy 1. It's a super... Yeah, it's got that weird little mask on. I get why Red Mage... Is my volume too loud? Am I peaking the mic? I get why Red Mage isn't in the first batch. Thank you, Ninja. I get why Red Mage isn't in the first batch, because it's too useful. Like, you wouldn't learn Black Magic or White Magic, you would absolutely just be like, alright, Red Magic. I don't know what the thing with this has been. It's, like, in the last few streams, it's just suddenly, all of a sudden, the mic peaks more. Let me just put it down to, like, -3. That's probably fine. Alright, we'll see it like that. Warp panel will take us to the altar outside. Okay. So, Clem, you remember what I told you when you first streamed it? You've been turning the game down? Mm-hmm. There we go. I like that everybody gets unique sprites for them as well. Yeah, let me just turn the gain all the way down, actually. I did reduce it yesterday. Let me turn it all the way down. See how that does. Yeah, she got the Chun-Li hair. So, you might be like, why start with Monk? Because the Monk's native ability, I think they learn it at either job level 1 or 2, is barehanded. And you can put that on another class, and it makes every other class really good for barehanded. Oko, you can talk? The fragment... Okay, never mind. If it's just gonna do it on its own, I'll just sit here. No. I wanted to show it off anyway, so that people can see, if they're interested, how the job system works. Like, it's not a complicated system. It's actually a very simple system with a lot of variables. I cannot imagine how a black mage that can jump would be useful. So I think by endgame, like, Freelancer can potentially be the best job. Because Freelancer's special ability is that it gets 2 ability slots. And can use almost any weapon. So once you've gotten, like, the abilities you want for it by endgame, and the weapons that you want and such, like, Freelancer can be one of the best classes to go into endgame with. The idea of this did really begin with Final Fantasy III, but 5 refines it so much. And I don't think Final Fantasy V does what 3 did, where there are specific points in 3 where you basically require a party of a specific job. Alright, so the monk. So one of the biggest advantages you get with barehanded, which is the monk's native ability, is barehanded hits twice. Like, you're not just swinging a sword, you are punching with both of your fists. Which is great. Like, monks can do so much damage because of that. Alright, here we go. How much that was I muted for? You don't know? Alright. So there's a difference between your character level and your job level. God damn it, Ninja. I'm over here working very hard to provide entertainment for you guys. This is going to be a grinding game. I'm going to do a lot of grinding for this off stream, and I'm going to enjoy it. Alright, how many are we doing? There we go. Yeah, it's going to be mostly by choice. There are no enemies on this floor, are there? I feel like barehanded is the second level monk ability. Alright, let's show off kick. See how cool that is. Yeah, I like building up options in this game. It's a great game for experimentation. Like, it's a real shame we didn't get this game earlier in the West. Because having this at a point in my life where I would have been playing it over and over again. Like, this is a game to grow up playing, I think. Alright, what do we got? Level 2. What abilities do we have? We have Focus. It is level 2. Alright, we're going. Okay. We're not going to stick around here to grind for the next monk level. We're just going to press on. God damn it. Maybe that it just wasn't available to you? Like, for me as a kid, it didn't stand out any more than 4 or 6, because we didn't get either of them till PlayStation. For you, you didn't get this one. That might be what drew you to it. No, I'm good. You hadn't played any other? Huh. No, please never talk to me again. Who says great snakes? Nah, FF7 was my first. It was the first one I had the chance to play. The others didn't come out in this country. Yeah, I guess we got a waltz. Must be flame. Well, we'll come back to him. Magics. Let's see, cure? Absolutely. I mean, we got the money, buy them all. The Betrayer. Betrayal. Hello. A meteorite fell in the west as well? Huh. Well, bye. Let's see, what do you got? Okay, I think we're fine with this then. Check the armor. But I think this is actually a fine setup for weapons right now. Mm-hmm. Get one more of those. There we go. Goodbye, Ferris. Let's check the pub. Yeah, like, you didn't really consider my strategy, did you? You didn't think about it before I was like, Clem, you should get everybody to be a monk. And then it worked out really well for you. Sometimes I'm actually quite smart. Only sometimes. But during those times, I am the smartest motherfucker you've ever met. My goal knew I was right. Can't believe Faris has already gone to bed. Well, yeah, you knew my my goal because I told you. Oh no, I'm gay now. Oh no, Galuf is also gay now. Can't believe he locked us out. Alright, let's go. Yeah, it's a little touch you wouldn't necessarily expect of this, because I always count this style of sprite for Final Fantasy as still being kind of rooted in the NES style. And then Final Fantasy VI defined them a bunch more, and the field sprites became the same as the battle sprites. So to see any real variation in the field sprites in this era is surprising and appreciated. Beast in the Canal that targets women? Maybe it's Ultros. Look, it's the old man from the first Zelda game. I'm glad he settled down. Yeah, I suppose he had to do something once Ganon was defeated. Wonderful! But you didn't need to jump in the air though, did you? The crystals. Why did their house only have one bed? Nah, he's being creepy. Oh, I was just, thinking of my parents. Why is there a bulge in your robe, Zuck? Oh, it was the key. Okay. That's less creepy. Alright. Yeah, like, it's, because of the sprites, and it's the best way to show it. But it does come across as like he's right over her bed. Oh, what seems to be the problem, McBitchin? Alright, let's get out of here. Oh, Zuck pulled it out from under his robe and said that's what the bulge was there. I like how Faris finally convinces them by saying please. Oh, there's the other meteorite. Boy, kinda crazy how you can probably kill the world by destroying one of the crystals. Thanks, Galif. Alright, if that's what you believe, Faris. I am also a warrior of light. Righto. I was just along for the ride, but now things have changed. Where's the entrance to the Pirate Cove? Bandersnatch. Yeah, excellent. 3 APB. Have to land and go in the cave entrance. Nah, lame. What we're gonna do, though, is we have an ad coming up in less than 10 minutes. I'm gonna grind to job level 2 for the monk. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna run the ad, but I'm not gonna do a BRB while we do this. So...
I wanna take you for a ride. I wanna take you for a ride.
We'll be right back.
I wanna take you for a ride. I wanna take you for a ride.
Hey man, if your pants are off, that just means I'm doing a good job. I also love how the monk gets counter as well. Like, that's really good. Glim, no. Man, you sub for everybody, don't you? You subby bastard. I can't believe it, Clem. I'm finally here doing Final Fantasy V like you've always wanted, and you're like, yeah, but family, though. Alright, so we only need 10 of those fights. Pretty efficiently. Have you, though? It's been less than an hour. It's been less than an hour and a half, Clem. These betrayals, these continued betrayals will not stand. Should have played Paper Mario instead. For shame. Come on, give me that level 2. This isn't a bad little early game grinding spot for, like, a couple of job levels, though. What are we on? 20. Oh. Okay, so 3 more of those battles if we run into 3 Bandersnatches each time. Hmm. And we're back. Mm-hmm. Thank you, Glenn. Oh, nice. What do we got? Noticeable strength increase. Bluff is almost dead. Alright, let's head back to the Wind Shrine. It's only here. Why are you guys still here? We'll stay here and pray somehow the crystal may be restored. So you're just dedicated to not doing anything, aren't you? So hey, the wind crystal shattered. Thoughts and prayers. Okay, just all I need is another battle against 3 Bandersnatchers. Give me that. Damn it. There we go, monk level 2. Mastered barehanded. Right, so... I feel like White Mage is probably just a good one to put them all in at the minute. Get them all to learn white magic. Alright, one more trip back to the Wind Shrine to heal up, and then we will head into the canal. I'm honestly toying with the idea of having half of them be white and half of them be black. Yeah, let's do that. And we'll make Gulluff a black mage because I love the way his beard sticks out. And then when they've learned what we're after, they can swap around. When you equip somebody with barehanded in another job class, the game will automatically give them the best weaponry for that job class, but not for barehanded. Which you want to then remove those weapons while you're using barehanded. Can't believe you gotta walk across, like, right up to the door. Along whatever the bow of your ship is. So now you have mages who can do good physical damage, which means you're not relying on mages burning through their MP supply before boss fights. And this is the value of getting level 2 on Monk before you do anything else. The monster of the canal. Sildra, no! Yeah, we're better off just punching it. It's, Obster. It's like a cross between a lobster and a scorpion. Tell you, man, that's the power of, having barehanded. Sildra, no! Hmm. I always forget how early into the game this area is. Graveyard of the Sea. Yeah, let's abandon ship. Just gonna sleep in Faris. Fucking Gulf just jumps into the bed. Everyone's like, okay. Just always Gallup. Oh, this dingbat. Can't sleep in a chair. Why should the rest of them? Look out, it's a skeleton. I'ma punch it. Eat shit, Skelly boy. How many times do I have to teach you this lesson, old man? Black magic and white magic. Let's swap them around, then. Because right now we only have level 1 of each. There we go. Oh no. There's an anime that pops up sometimes on my Instagram reels, and I don't know what it is. It seems to be about a world of mages, where the main character is like just incredibly physically powerful. And this is making me think of that. Like, we're going through all this, and we're just beating the shit out of all these monsters that come up at us. Like, hey, I'm a monster. Try and guess your magic's against me. And it's like, nah, I'm gonna throw hands. What, are you gonna melt or something? Like, it's beautiful. Beautiful doing all this damage. And being able to save all of the MP for, like, other stuff. And I feel like it's a long time before monk physical abilities get outclassed. Specifically because, like, monks do good damage per hit, and because they're barehanded, they get to hit twice. And it's a long time before anything competes with that. This feels like progress. I should go the other way. It's nice just playing good RPGs, like good, simple RPGs. I feel like sometimes we get too caught up in playing like the modern stuff that's got so many various complications to deal with. And we forget the simple joy of just like traversing through a dungeon. Alright, we're almost out. Didn't realize you were wearing shorts. He's a woman. And there's the big twist. Faris is actually a woman. See, this would be one of the lines that make me think we should name Galuf Klim. And then Klim's response would be, "You could shiver my timbers anytime." Aren't your clothes still wet? Like you'll go to sleep in wet clothes. Yay! Now we're playing as Faris. I've never liked the way Faris's chin looks from the side. I've always thought it's just a weird shaped, like, bottom half of her face. A lot of daggers around here. How far are we from hitting that first level? Oh, we're all already the level. Alright. And the sprite as a thief is like probably too cute. I don't know what Galif's trying to do with that, with the hat, the bandana. Looks like he's got it tied around his face. And then Farish just gets like a completely unique colour scheme. The real value of Thief in this game, though. There's two things you could argue. The first is that you can see secret passages. Like the secret passages we saw earlier, like in the tower in the Wind Shrine. You can just see them with a Thief ability. The second advantage is that thieves run quicker. It's like the sprint is now this. Right, this is as far as I'm gonna go. I'm just checking real quick for any hidden passages that I didn't see. But this is enough. So the way it works with jobs is that every job has access to all of their abilities. And you level those jobs up to gain access to those abilities without using that job. Okay. Alright, quick nap. Is this just going to be the recurring theme that every bed we look at, Galif will immediately jump into? Gullif. Gullifinakis. So yeah, pretty much like from the minute you first get access to jobs, you want to pretty much always be learning. Always learning something. I think his problem is the way he's tied that bandana around his head. He's probably just cutting off oxygen to his brain. Clem, no. Can't do anything with this. Thanks for joining us, Clem. Hopefully you'll be able to catch more Final Fantasy V next time. Give yourself a good night and don't sub too hard. Alright, let's start mixing this up. And put Faris back as a monk. There we go. There. Now everybody's learning their own things. That really means less in this version of the game, where the world map's just been there at the start and I've not been able to turn it off. Okay, so we got a map. Man, we've already gotten stronger. We're taking those things down in one hit. Hmm. Nice. That doesn't feel like it makes sense. We made it. I do really like this as a plot detail, though. Like, this is a really neat idea. And there's the foreshadowing here with how Faris and Lena are both taken by the illusion of King Tycoon. They're my friends. Judo chop. Judo chop. Alright, let's defeat this tall, slender, attractive woman. Kind of funny as an idea. It's like, oh, we all woke up from her spell. Quick, get her. And we all just pile on her and beat the shit out of her. The Ghostbusters strategy. Get her! Imagine how much better it would have gone instead of, like, letting go to talk. They'd all just ran up and started booting her. And we made it out. Get him. Where am I? I'm here. There's the graveyard. There's the pirate ship. I'm heading south, right? Yeah, there we go. Not as far as I'm aware. Yes. So what's upstairs? One more of those. The fact these are available makes me think that we're going to deal with them soon. And that worries me. I don't remember where enemies are that cause specific status effects. I honestly couldn't tell you that in Final Fantasy VII for the most part. Like, with the exception of Frog. Toad. Alright, let's give this a try. Two-hand the weapon. No, it's not knights that can two-hand, is it? It's samurai. Or something like that. Let's remove it for the minute. Alright. No, I forgot, because I'm pretty sure the knight can two-hand in something else, and I can't think what it is. Okay, so knights can do it two-handed. How? Keep practicing. It's weird that that's clearly a pipe organ, and it sounds like a piano. One more time! A machine, you say? Can't go by land or sea, we'll have to go by air. Can we go by air? Is the question. Is the question, indeed. Anyway, we slept at the end, didn't we? Yep. I can't two-hand this weapon right now, then there's no use in me having it. There we go. This is a nice background. Okay, that's just a cat someone's attached a pair of wings to. That cat doesn't even look comfortable. I don't think that's a monster. Like, look out, it's a jelly cat. It's like, no, that's a cat. Someone's just, like, strapped wings to its legs, and it's clearly not happy about it. But I don't think it's a monster. Gold needle. A Gaelic cat. And it really is like, no, that's a cat. These are cats. Like, we're just going through these caves and, like, punching stray cats. Watch out for the poison grass. That's what I'm saying, like, I'm pretty sure they're not monsters. They're just cats somebody strapped wings to. And somebody's saying they're monsters, and now we're just punching cats. Alright, so I remember this fight being a little bit annoying sometimes, so let's see how we go. Lena, no! Do it, Ferris. Ferris, no! Ferris, yes! And Lena starts this fight poisoned. Excuse me, sir, you don't seem to be wearing any pants. Goodness. Uh-oh. Oh, that's not good. Lena, no! I'm not made of Phoenix Downs. God fucking damn it. Alright. Cool, now give her an antidote to Lena. This is a nice background. Alright, everybody in. And then we'll fly to Waltz. Well, bye. Before that, though, I think... No, we can't. I'm looking at the map and like... Can we get back to Tycoon Castle right now? And no, I don't think we can. Although, actually... No, I think we can. We take the long way around. There we go, and now we're at Tycoon Castle. No, but I already paid 10 gil at that other place. Arwen, I think it was. So this, coming back to Castle Tycoon, I'm pretty sure is entirely optional. And there's a bunch of scenes that you get like this in various places that you never have to go to, that flesh out the characters a little more, that are really nice and worth getting. The first hints that, well, not really hints, but the first real signs that Paris is Lena's long lost sister. And that's why the pendant was significant to her, why she went with King Tycoon when the siren conjured the illusion. The little story beats that you can find if you want to find them. Ah. Princess Sarissa. Down with her father when a storm hit and she was thrown overboard. Is it a little convenient? To a degree, but there's a lot of points in this story that fall a little too closely under convenience. And you could argue that the game is dictating their essentially fate. Which is fine, it's not an overly complicated story. It works within the boundaries of the story itself. Hmm. And here we are at the start of the game. This castle theme being orchestrated really gives me Disney Castle in Kingdom Hearts vibes. Alright, are there any goodies in here? So the magic staff's the healing staff's kind of interesting. It doesn't do damage, which makes it terrible for auto battle. It heals whatever you attack with it. But the real issue with that is the game will still primarily target, like when you choose to attack with it equipped, the game will still prioritize targeting the enemy first. So if you're just mashing through the attacks, you'll end up healing the enemy. Alright, let's go. Here we are at Waltz. And we have an ad coming up. So we're going to run this ad, and then we'll come back and we'll do the waltz stuff. Yes. I guess that's ominous. And we're back.
Psycho Mantis.
Hey, Moonman. How you doing, buddy? That's the wrong button. The water crystal. The cleanest water. This is Garula. Garula. Garula mash. Good? That's good to hear. What magics do we have? Time magic, haste, and summon magic, alright. I always forget regen is counted as time magic in these games. I'm gonna go talk to that frog. Ooh. My arms feel like they ache. Still expects to be good. A water wheel. These are being green, you dig? Alright, check the weapons shop, but then more importantly, check the armor shop. Right. You know what? Let's get 2 of these. Genpogi. Genpogi. What about you? You have anything to say? The oddest thing I think about the Pixel remasters is that you've got, for the most part, the background art looks to be the same as the original game. But then you've got stuff like that where the waterfalls are running at a much smoother frame rate than they originally did, and it just kind of really stands out. Alright, let's go to the castle. Special room for you beneath the castle, and I mean Joe. I come with a special request. Please stop amplifying the power of the water crystal. No. Another meteorite. Oh, it's gonna land on the tower? Nope. Close, though. Well, let's also go. How do I disappear there? A lot of water-based stuff around here. Really flaunting it. Monster called a jackanapes, you say? Beaver, you say? Ancients, you say? Alright, let's go. Deprived lowlifes, you say? Brave lowlifes. No. No. Yes. Yes. I feel like cunning is not the right term for that. Did you see a wolfman go past there? No? Okay, cool. Right back out. Right back out. Oh, no, no, no. Yes. Boy, my favourite thing about the Pixel remasters is the autosave. Anyway. Let's go! How odd. Your ruler? Rickard Mage. Alright, equip the sword and switch out for find passages. Nice. Save the crystal. Save my game. Awesome. Mastered Guard. What else do I have? Cover, right. I didn't buy one of the shields. Alright. Kick them all. Nice. Chakra. Ether. A ruler. Yeah, it was good work there, buddy. Doesn't look happy. Oh, the motherfucker inflicted her with sap. Hate sap. I'm gonna get a turn. Oh, that could have gone nastier. The crystal shattered anyway. Yeah, we should collect them. He's dead. Time Mage. Berserker. Red Mage. Summoner. Mystic Knight. And that last one that you can't get right now, and it's frustrating. Wow, not just the tower that sank. I know, it's really irritating, isn't it? It's right there. Sildra! Sildra, what's going on? Is that an issue with the sprite mod that I have? That's... I made more, Clem. Teak. Whichever one you are. I made more, Teak. What a weird issue. Alright, new jobs. Let's... yeah, set them now. I wonder if the issue with that was, the sprite replacement doesn't cut off the sprite sheet properly. Right, back to Waltz. Oh, Gorilla's back. I thought we'd killed it. That's good. I'm glad we didn't kill it. 20 gil. Alright. Karnak, you say? His quarters, you say? Alright. Alright, it's a Karnak. Let's head to the infirmary. Alright, I guess we should investigate the meteorite. And we're off. Alright. If we leave Hiryu here, it's less likely that Hiryu will also die. I should take another look at the map. Right, it does look like I explored everywhere I could explore in that area. Huh. I feel like the only person who looks good as a red mage here is Lena. Like, Bart's doesn't even look like Bart's. Took a lot of damage. Anything Bart's just looks like a generic FF1 character. I get where you're coming from with that. Because he is basically the base. Though I do like that him as a black mage has blue eyes rather than the yellow. I like the look of it. That was way less effective than I expected it to be. I'm going back where I came. Right, auto battle is the last thing you did, not just standard attack over and over. Here we are, Karnak. And a boat. Alright. I think we're going to call it here for today. We have one crystal... No, we have two, because we haven't gone to the Earth Crystal yet. 2 crystals left to try and protect. Plenty more of the game to go. It's just kind of a simple enjoyment to playing through classic Final Fantasy, I feel. Because they are just good games. I feel like if I went back and did 4 on the Pixel Remaster, like, despite how much I don't generally enjoy a lot of what 4 does, I would probably have overall a good time. Because in its heart, like, it's not a bad game. These classic Final Fantasies are good games. Does that still work? Yeah, it does. But yeah, that's going to do it for us today. We'll continue this again. I want to thank everyone for joining the stream. I always really appreciate the support. Big special thank you to everybody in the chat. Chat is always the best part of the stream. Who do we have today? Clem, Ninja, Teak, Panda, Moonman. I believe that was everybody. Thank you so much for joining me. Keeping company. Chat is always the best part of the stream. We will continue with Final Fantasy V next time as the Year of RPGs continues. Daylight shooting time currently is Turbo Overkill, which is a lot of fun. And Super Sunday currently is The Amazing Spider-Man for PS3. Yeah, but that is pretty much it. Feels like we've not gone very long. We've done 3 hours, which is always the minimum I like to aim for. But like, I'm starting to wake a little bit. It's probably because when I'm streaming, I don't sit in my chair properly. I'm always like kind of at the side so I can look at the camera a little more. I'm more visible on camera. I need to rework the camera position for that. Because I do end up just like leaning to the side, and it really bothers me a little bit when I'm going for a while. But that's a problem to deal with another day. What do we got tonight? I believe Teak is streaming Wednesday. That's the plan. What are you currently streaming for your Wednesday, Teak? Give Teak a shout out. Half Minute Hero, man. I played that game once on PSP, like 15 years ago. And I was like, this is really neat. And then I never played it again. And that has been the story of my life with video games. Like, it's honestly frustrating the way I am with these things. I have it on PC now. Like, I have the, like, what do they call it? The special edition thing. Let me check my Steam. It's even installed. Half Minute Hero Super Mega Neo Climax Ultimate Boy. And I'm not playing it. I mean to, and I'm just not. But yeah, check out Teak. Teak is cool people. Teak does cool things. Nice. That sounds good, Teak. Yeah, Teak is cool people. Streams Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Currently playing through Final Fantasy XI on Sundays and Tuesdays, Half Minute Hero on Wednesdays, the Mario series on Fridays, where he's currently playing through Super Mario RPG, and Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic on Saturdays. Sometimes real life comes up and gets in the way, but those are his intended days. Check Teak out, Teak's cool people. Meanwhile, I'm probably gonna go and just, like, lie down and play some Shin Megami Tensei 1. Elvis got a craving to play it earlier today, so see how that goes. There isn't a specific Shin Megami Tensei on the list of RPGs for this year, because I've really always been intending to do them with Chance since we started doing them together with Nocturne. And Chance just hasn't been available for several years now. But I have had a thought about doing some. Like, if we get through all the RPGs that I have on the list, maybe. There's the possibility that we'll do Shin Megami Tensei If this year. It's a loose possibility. Like, don't hold me to it. But I'd like to do it. Some nice, simple, grindy dungeon crawling. Chance is regularly indisposed. It's usually illness. And, like, Chance is a really unlucky person, it seems to be. It seems like every other week something new has happened to Chance that isn't good. And it's a real shame. I'm not going to say any of the specifics, I don't know how much he'd want to be said. But, like, he's trying to just deal with real life at the minute. Every now and then he pops into stream and it's nice to see him. But it's probably going to be quite a while more before he ends up in a stable enough position to join streams again. which is a shame. Because I've really just stopped playing Shin Megami Tensei games. Until Chance comes back, the intention was to play them with Chance. And I feel like if I do stream them without Chance, it's kind of a betrayal. And I don't want to do that. And it's awkward, because I do want to stream Shin Megami Tensei. There's so much SMT there I want to do. Like, SMT 4, I would love to do on stream. I was looking at Shin Megami Tensei 5 Vengeance recently and thinking, like, I've still not gone through that. I should do that on stream. And there's 2 campaigns to that. Like, it's a thing with... Because they added a new campaign with that in the re-release, in the Vengeance re-release. So the original game story is referred to as Canon of Creation, and the new campaign added in Vengeance is referred to as Canon of Vengeance. And I think it's a really cool idea. It's something that the series has done previously. Shin Megami Tensei If has the main plot, and when you finish the game, in New Game Plus, you can recruit... Because you can recruit one character, and they're your partner as you go through the game in Shin Megami Tensei If. And on New Game Plus, there's a new party member you can recruit, and if you recruit them, you go through a whole separate game. And that's really cool. And Persona 1 has something similar, where when you go back to the school after the police station, if you leave the school and go, like, just go on, the school disappears. It vanishes from the world. But if you explore the school, you end up in a completely other quest. You end up in the school when it vanishes, and there's a whole other quest going on for you to do. And that's the rest of the game, rather than the main story quest. And I think it's such a cool idea. And that one doesn't even require you to beat the game. But yeah, I should play some Shin Megami Tensei in my own time, at the very least. I do love the series. But yeah, always hoping Chance gets better soon. Always hoping Chance improves. And that he ends up in a position where he can stream regularly enough to appease himself, and also be in my streams. And do, like, play the games with me. Because there's other stuff, like SMT4, I would have loved to do Strange Journey by now. The Devil Summoner games, Soul Hackers, the first Soul, like Devil Summoner Soul Hackers. Like, there's a bunch there, and I've really just been holding all of it off in the hopes of Chance coming back and us doing it together. Because, like I say, I feel like doing it without Chance would be a betrayal. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Let's have one more sound alert. And with that, there's not really much else to say, except thank you all for watching, have yourselves a fantastic time of day, and take care. We'll catch you next time, guys. Bye.